Like, understand the run fits. They just do so much. They kept it simple today. Smart guys. There's probably somebody in here with a camera. I see what they did. But there's so much going on. So many, as a linebacker, there's so many reads that I read, and he knows that, and he wants me reading it because there's a reason. So if the running back jabs right, he knows I'm looking at that, and then something's going left. Or if the guard pulls, he knows I'm gonna see that guard pull, and then they go the opposite way. And there's so many stuff where it's like I'm trained for my eyes to be there, and he knows that, and he basically just plays with us the whole time. It was really fun. It felt like a game week every time we came out to practice. Didn't know what these dudes are gonna run, and even if we did know what they were gonna run, we had to put some new stuff in our own defense. And that was first time in a long time we started installing new defenses in the spring to keep up with those guys.
Sounded like the run game in particular gave you guys problems.
Yeah, it definitely gave me problems. There's just so many fits, so many gaps. We like to play with a 7-man box, so we're gonna try to keep two high safeties at all time. And when those guys are dividing, those receivers are dividing. I mean, you got Luke Lachey, Stringa, you got tight ends who will lay a hit on you. It's not like they're coming to block you. Stringa's trying to take your head off, So there's just so many weapons. You got Weegan coming from the. Weegan gets the ball. He's heading to the outside. He's fast. You got Caleb. It was a stressful spring. It was a stressful spring.
But in the big picture, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
For the overall team development. How much of an obligation did you feel to help that offense grow?
Yeah, it was. It's so cool to see those guys. Obviously, you got a veteran O-line coming back. And then, just with the offensive mindset they have now, there's so many weapons, so many people can get the ball, so many people can get the ball in certain ways, and it's a lot of situations where it's we can't be right, and it's you just gotta rally and make the tackle, live for another down. Hopefully they don't keep running that same play.
Some explosive plays from T.J. Washington today. Is that something you've seen in practice a lot this spring?
Yeah, definitely. TJ's one of those backs where you kind of can put him anywhere. Obviously in between the tackles he can do it. Outside zone he can do it. Release him out the backfield, throw him the ball, he can do it. Line him up as slot receiver, he can do it. And that's kind of a defensive mindset where it's increase your value. He's one of those guys where he just wants to be on the field, and that's what we need. We need guys who doesn't matter what position he's at, as long as he's out there, he's happy to compete.
How do you stay disciplined knowing, the offense is going to try to trick your eyes and all that? Is it pretty easy just given the work you put in, or how do you kind of ride the wave of trying to stay in your own gap and everything?
My position coach is Coach Wallace, and our defensive coordinator is Phil Parker. So it's you give them a day after seeing the play. I don't even got to look for answers. They just come back and tell us everything.
So how's the Thursday night show on this?
The Stella's Fresh Mix every Thursday. Hop on Instagram Live. It's really fun. It's cool. It's cool that they gave me a platform where I can talk and use my voice. And I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but it's people I run into actually are enjoying it. And it's one of those things where you can connect the players to the fans, and that's one of those things where I try to be as relatable to everybody. What we do is special, but we aren't special people. Coach got that from Coach Ferris, and anytime we can engage with the community, engage with the fans, I feel like that's always a plus.
There's